to work together
Yeah.
because there's a huge problem right now and we need some solutions.
Right, and it's about energy too, the energy from ourselves that radiates out to each other,
Right.
as well as the natural energy on the earth and in the earth, and then the connection that we all want to have. I think everybody's heart feels the same way. We all do want to have a connection to each other in a peaceful way, but mankind is in a crazy place right now. So when we think about global, you're thinking globally natural, right? And GreenFest will bring out natural products.
Correct.
Like what, for example?
Well, we had a vegan organic pizza. They were going to come, but because of the change in date, they can't make it. We have several energy companies. We've got some holistic, like chiropractors and other physicians along that line, and we're still looking for more. We have, I think, 17 vendors right now. We can fit 35. By all means, jump in. The water's warm.
Yes, come on, people. How can our audience or possible people that want to join in and present something down there, how can they get a hold of you, Greg? Let's. What is your? Do you have any contact info as a pastor?
As a pastor, Pastor Greg Wildheart at hotmail.com.
Wildheart, one word, spelled just as we hear it?
Just as we hear it. Pastor
Greg Wildheart at
hotmail.com.
Hotmail.com if you're interested in talking to Greg regarding the GreenFest and what he's planning to do, and if you're a spiritual leader and you feel like getting in touch with him. How about Steve? We have your info up there, don't we?
I think we have my info. I think Greg has to leave to go play some music, right?
I have to go do some music tonight, yes.
So well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and please feel free to come back, and don't forget to unhook yourself there. We thank Greg for coming in.
So much,
Greg Russo.
Thank you.
Looking forward to everything
Pastor Greg Wildheart at yahoo.com.
Hotmail.
At Hotmail. Oh, gee. Hotmail. All right. Greg, thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. Yes, and thank you for your contribution. We appreciate it. So, getting back to GreenFest, which is really an exciting thing now that you've got, so many other people involved.
Yeah, it's been very exciting with all the different pieces that are coming together. Greg coming together, and reconnecting with my friend Lisa. She's a massage therapist and very spiritual and has been helping me a lot. My friend Shelley has come forward, and she's a holistic psychotherapist and yoga instructor. So just all of these related people are coming together, and it's really starting to gel and get quite exciting.
Well, what I like about it is, if you want to talk about the good word, this publication, you can buy an ad in there. And you also, if you're interested, what else can the good word provide for people that can get their message out there?
It's a multimedia buy. Instead of just being a piece of paper and having having the print version, we have an online version. So the print version will actually have 100,000 distribution, and we plan on launching 4 territories within the next couple of months, which makes us the largest publication in the state. But in addition to the print version, the online version will be available. So, exactly what you see here is available in color online.
Oh, that's excellent.
The advertisers can also supply a 2,000-word article, and we tell them all, make sure you focus on the good things that you do to succeed while helping people on the planet. We try to keep that theme run through everything. So that goes onto our blog. As soon as we publish it on the blog, it also gets sent to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn immediately. And then the Green Marketing Company has 135 Twitter accounts. So once it hits one, it gets retweeted and retweeted and retweeted. So I mean, you can hit millions of people.
What is the site called?
It's thegoodword.me, M-E.
thegoodword.me, M-E, and this is where all this information is going to be put up.
Correct.
Everything we've talked about tonight, all the spiritual aspects of things, the natural, the GreenFest, everything is going to be on this publication, The Good Word, and then it's going to be on thegoodword.me.
Correct.
Which connects to Facebook, Twitter,
And
LinkedIn. You can have an article about your company and or self if you have a product that you're interested in sponsoring at the GreenFest.
Sure.
It's about natural energy, energy among people. If you have a special talent or skill, you said massage or health or a spa or some other type of aspect, good nutrition, maybe naturopathic.
Absolutely.
And all of this can be brought to light at the GreenFest in Danbury at the, is it the Green in Danbury?
It's the
City Green Center?
City Center, Danbury Green.
Well, it sounds great, and it's also, the dates again are July 20, 21, and 22, is that correct? So we know it's summer, but you know it's going to draw people. And what kind of music are we going to hear? Let's hear about that.
It's rock and roll, it's country, it's western, it's Irish folk, reggae, lots of reggae, just a little bit of everything. Still looking for some classic. If you know, could use some classical music if there's any classical musicians out there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That would want to come.
Well, we know
the neat thing about GreenFest is that we have several locations. We're doing Danbury July 20th to the 22nd. We were going to be in June, and Danbury was going to be the first event, but now our first event will actually be at Quasi Amusement Park.
You're kidding?
Nope. So it'll be a one-night event on July 18th, which I think is a Wednesday.
Oh my goodness. And what's that going to be called?
GreenFest.
Oh, it's still going to be GreenFest?
It's all linked. You go to greenfest.ws, and right on the main page, there's the Danbury page with all the information on that. And then there's 3 dates at Quasi Amusement Park. There's July 18th.
Yep.
There's August 22nd. And then September 7th through the 9th is a 3-day event.
What's going to be there? Who's going to be there? Just music?
Well, it's Quasi Amusement. So you're going to have
it's a small park, and I know it well. It's very close to where I live. That's in Middlebury, Connecticut.
Correct.
And so when you're there, what is GreenFest going to do on the 18th, the 22nd, and 7th through the 9th of September?
Same thing it always does, entertain and educate.
Oh, that's
about
wonderful.
green living. So the music ties in with, again, the faith and the energy, and it creates the excitement. It brings the crowds. It gets people's interest.
Yeah.
In between the music acts, we'll actually bring the vendors up on stage, whether it's Danbury or Quasi, and we interview the vendors about the good things that they do to help people and the planet. That is, again, it's the theme, whether it's the Good Word, whether it's GreenFest, everything that we do is about success, helping people, helping the planet, because that's when it all comes together.
Yeah, so that's really exciting, and I think, how did you get to Quasi?
How did we get to Quasi?
Did somebody see your ad?
I sent an email to George.
I know
I sent,
who he is.
a couple of emails. George responded right away. We talked on the phone. We then had a meeting. He was like, absolutely, come on in. At Danbury, it's an outdoor venue, so I've got to bring in porta potties. I've got to pay for the police.
Oh, wow.
I've got to, expenses. I go to Quasi, it's an amusement park.
And everything is there.
It's already included. There's no overhead.
No.
George said, if you're going to bring a bunch more people to the amusement park,
that's great.
You can charge for booth space. That will go towards your nonprofit, which benefits the BIOS Water Car, the BIOS World Peace Tour, and the BIOS Center. So those are the 3 things that we're raising money for. We can get into that. I think we got 3 minutes left.
So exactly, what would you like to leave our audience with in terms of what we've been talking about tonight? you know, the dates of the
I think
event?
we'll say July 20th and 22nd again for Danbury, just to avoid any confusion. But then July 18th, August 22nd, September 7th through 9th, all at Quasi. We have an application in for Bushnell Park as well in Hartford,
wow.
which will be October 5th through the 7th.
So you're getting out there among the people, you're spreading the word, you're raising their consciousness and the awareness of
we've got
what's
the
going on.
application in, hasn't been approved yet, but that'll be October of this year, just before elections, and we'll have GreenFest right out the back door of the Capitol building,
that's
which
wonderful.
That'll be a very exciting event.
Well, it was so nice having you here this evening. Talking about everything that's going on, especially the Good Word publication. You know, people, if you have any interest in signing up, you know, there's plenty of opportunity still left to do this, to get your information out on the internet. And I know that we have people involved that would like to do that. So you have a little poetry corner here, you have a vendor sponsor list, and you have the opportunity to put yourself in this newspaper. So it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to this, and I hope, you know, that people pay attention to what's going on. Will you be advertising with any more flyers? Are these the ones that you're going to be passing out to people in the area?
Yeah, I think I went to 450 doors today alone, just walking into businesses and going, hey, I'm just sharing. Not getting, you know, in their face, just dropping it off and, you know, letting them know about the new dates of the show. Another important thing to point out is that this is a non-profit publication. Okay?
Oh, that's,
the
yes.
BIOS organization, we're filing as a 501c3, so it's a non-profit. And again, we've talked about the BIOS water car, the BIOS World Peace Tour. Once the car is put back together, Peter Jam and myself will actually jump in the car and we'll start touring all over the country. And then within the next 2 years, we plan on taking the car, throwing it on a Norwegian cruise ship, and going overseas with it to tour. And Peter is a musician and an ambassador of peace with the UN, and I teach, you know, about green living to elementary schools. And again, just stuff gelling. Had a animation company contact me the other day going, hey, we have this animation about Mylou the cricket, and it teaches kids, and since you're going to be teaching, could you use this? And then another friend said, oh, we have this other company, they're coming out with a cartoon animation company, and we have to say goodbye. Yeah,
we have to say goodbye. Steve Schappert of BIOS Energy Systems and GreenFest, thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure to have you again. And people, how can they get a hold of you personally? If they want to?
Thegoodword.me.
Thegoodword.me. If you're interested in participating or just getting a hold of Steve, this is his publication, and you know, you'll get all the information you need, and you can talk to him personally as well, right? Email him. Thank you again for tuning into These Days on Thursday evenings and Fridays at 11:30 to 12. Thanks again, and good night.